Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through a full day of eating on my bulk during 75 hard, which means essentially that I'm going to be eating more calories than my previous bulk just because we're going to be burning more calories since we're doing 75 hard, since we have an outdoor workout and an indoor workout. So essentially 2 workouts, which is going to require a lot more calories and a lot more energy. So you can use this full day of eating on bulking just for bulking without having to do 75 hard, because it is a lot of calories, and this would definitely be considered bulking for anyone whose calorie maintenance is over 3,800. For our first meal of the day, we have breakfast. Now, if you guys have checked out my previous full day of eating on my bulk, my breakfast hasn't changed too much. The only thing that I have done differently, I added a serving of cheese to my breakfast. If you're new here, maybe you haven't seen my full day of eating before, any of my breakfasts, what we usually have is a serving of oatmeal with a serving of honey and a tablespoon of peanut butter. We'll also have a whole apple, and then we'll have some greens and some vitamins, which I get from Transparent Labs. And then we'll have 2 eggs, full spinach, 2 sausage links, and a bagel. It is a really big breakfast. It is my pre-workout meal, but I give this thing usually an hour and 30 to even 2 hours to digest before I even hit my workout. If you guys do work out in the morning and use this meal also for your pre-workout meal, make sure you're eating this with a good amount of time before you go to the gym, because you don't want to go to the gym and have an upset stomach. The total calories and macros for this meal are 893 total calories, consisting of 27 grams of protein, 147 grams of carbohydrates, and 26 grams of fat. So pretty high in calorie meal that I have. I think it's like my 3rd highest calorie meal that I have during the whole day of eating. It's also one of my favorite meals of the day, if not my favorite. Alright, so for today's leg workout, I'm going to take it a lot easier than I did in the previous video on my leg workout, because my back is literally completely fried, and it's not like pain from an injury in my back. It's literally just the muscles in my lower back are so tight from hitting deadlifts and squats relatively close to one another, and also from going hiking and just walking. That's a lot of pressure and pain on my lower back. Probably not going to go above 315 for today, just because, you know, if my back is weak and then it gives out on a higher weight, I'm going to be prone to probably getting an injury. So we're going to take it light today. We're going to have a good workout though. We're still going to get a lot of blood in the legs. We're just not going to be overdoing it like I have been. For our post-workout meal today, we are going to be having the same post-workout meal that I had in my previous bulking video, just because I felt like it was still a good amount of calories to be having after a workout. I felt like any more would have left me feeling a lot more groggy and tired than I already feel after my workout. So I just stuck with the same thing, which is just some protein pancakes, but I switched from Kodiak to Krusteaz, just because Kodiak wanted to start charging almost 10 bucks a box at the store, and there's no way in hell I'm paying that price. I also have a protein smoothie, and this essentially just has a scoop of whey by Transparent Labs. It's a strawberry flavor just because it's a fruity, smoothie, so why not use a fruity flavor of protein? And then I also use mixed berries, a full cup, a banana, Chobani yogurt. You can use, honestly, whatever yogurt of choice, just as long as it follows the same calories if you're trying to follow the same calories and macros for this meal. And we also toss on some sugar-free syrup to the pancakes. The total calories and macros for this meal are 769 total calories, consisting of 69 grams of protein, 113 grams of carbohydrates, and 9 grams of fat. And that is that. Probably be having this post-workout meal for the entirety of the rest of the bulk. I just don't see any point in changing it, just because it's also good. And like I said, I feel like it's enough calories for after a workout. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This is a really big meal, and the thing is it only gets bigger. Because I have 3 rice cakes with it as well, a tablespoon of peanut butter, and a teaspoon of honey. So yeah, this is a huge meal. It's so big that it's 1,136 total calories, consisting of 56 grams of protein, 156 grams of carbohydrates, and 36 grams of fat. So yeah, this is a big meal. I like to have this meal after my post-workout meal, because if I have this meal way too close to dinner, it literally messes everything up, because you know, when you're bulking, it's harder to get more food in because you're, you know, putting more food into your stomach that hasn't expanded yet. Yeah, if you guys try to copy or model this meal, just make sure that you have it relatively soon after you have your post-workout meal. What I mean like soon is, you know, 12, 1 o'clock, somewhere in between lunchtime. If you guys didn't catch exactly everything of what it is it's 2 servings of pasta. Pasta sauce, any pasta sauce under 100 calories to me is good. A little bit of Parmesan, serving of bison, which is like 112 grams. And then we got a serving of some bottom round steak. We use 4 ounces of that. Like I said, the 3 chocolate rice cakes, a teaspoon of honey, and a tablespoon of peanut butter for this meal. If you guys are trying to bulk and you don't think you can get that in, just force it down a few times and it'll become easier as the process goes on. And I'm gonna go sit down and eat this, because did you guys know it's actually bad to sit up and eat or stand and eat? In contrast to what I just said, you could split this meal up if you want. However, I couldn't split it up anymore. I would eat bottom round steak and the milk and the rice cakes at night, but I was starting to find myself having like really bad nightmares and night terrors. So I was like, okay, I cannot eat before bed anymore. So I cut that out. So I was just like, okay, I'll have it at lunch so I don't have any more night terrors. But if you can eat food before you go to bed and not have night terrors, then go for it. I suggest it, because it is hard to get all of this food down. Just look at it. Apple protein bar. So we're still doing 75 hard and whatnot. You know, we got to get the cardio into, we got to get the outside workout in. My outside workout today literally consisted of running away from being out on the open field and finishing the walk around the bottom half loop of Chambers Bay. For dinner, typically I like to have this meal before dinner. Sometimes I'll have it whenever I'm just out and about too, because it's easier to get down. I'll have a protein bar and an apple. Sometimes I'll have rice cakes with it that I had at lunch. Just depends on the scenario where I'm at. If I'm at home, I'll have it then. If I'm not at home, I'll just have the protein bar and the apple. You guys may know in my videos, I like to have an RX bar instead of this Gatorade protein bar that you're seeing now. It's the first time I'm probably having one on the channel. The only reason I switched over was because these are higher in calories, and since I had to go up to more calories on my bulk, I had to buy a different bar. This bar is actually 120 calories more than RX bars are, so I just needed it just to get more calories in, and there's not a lot of bar options out there that are this high in calorie and taste this good. Total calories and macros for this snack are 20 grams of protein and 68 grams of carbohydrates and 10 grams of fat. And like I said, I like to have this meal right before dinner just because it's light and I still have room for dinner. It's harder when you start to bulk and you have to fit in more calories within the day and you just don't get as hungry. While I'm here, I should probably mention, since you guys have probably been seeing me carrying this around, I drink about a gallon of water or more a day, not only because we're on 75, just because it's good to get in your water. So if you guys aren't drinking a gallon a day yet, strongly suggest you do that. It helps a lot with acne. It also helps a lot with just brain function and so many other things. Be sure to get your water in, especially if you're doing 75 hard and burning a whole bunch of calories, losing electrolytes and all that other crap, right, Bean? I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I did not get it as medium rare as I would have liked to. So yes, I got a haircut. For the last meal for the day, we're going to be having a New York strip steak that's about 8 ounces, and then we're also going to be having a whole packet of basmati rice that has some sort of seasoning with it. This is also fairly easy as well. The only thing about this is it's a little more expensive. You don't have to do strip steak, you could also do beef. I just felt like having strip steak because it sounded good. So if you guys are young, or maybe you're my age, 21, 22, and still living at home, just eat dinner with your family. The only time that I would advise not to eat with your family is if your family has like super bad eating habits. habits. So for like dinner, they go out and eat a lot, you know, at McDonald's or something, or for dinner they make like grilled cheese or something like that, and it has really no benefit, and go eat on your own. But if you're able to eat with your parents, it just saves you money, and it also saves you some time because you don't have to prep the food. Regardless of your situation, if you guys want a dinner, I made this one for you guys, just an example for a bulking meal. The total calories and macros for this meal are 54 grams of protein, 94 grams of carbohydrates, and 43 grams of fat. Now that's a little higher in fat. I probably will end up trimming the sides of the fat off, but I didn't even know how to calculate those calories. I'd have to bring my scale over and then put the fat on there and just be way too long. In total for the day, we have a whopping 4,200 calories to be exact. We have 4,208 total calories, consisting of 227 grams of protein, 573 grams of carbohydrates, and 124 grams of fat. And that is probably the most calories I've eaten on a bulk in a very long time. That's it, man. That's how many calories I'm eating right now to try to put on some size, and it's been very slow. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press the subscribe button, because you guys know I will be back. And as always, the sky's the limit, and until next time.